This is absolutely amazing. I haven't seen this in years. I'm so happy to see this. Check this out. Alright guys, Papa Pepper here in central Wisconsin, and I just found an absolute haven. A precious thing. I haven't seen something like this in years. It's very good to be up here again, and to see something like this, especially with the decline in the population of monarchs and other things lately. I'm pretty much in a field of thistle, stinging nettle, and milkweed. So stinging nettle is my all-time favorite, absolute best plant out there in the wild, which is all this stuff is. There's a ton of ouch, yep, ouch, that's really thistle, of a thistle out here too. And then check this out, there is so much milkweed here. So this is actually kind of part of a subdivision where some development is taking place. I'm hoping that this doesn't, you know, get sold or developed or something, at least this year, because there is so much of this. But even more than the milkweed, which is one of those few plants, I think the only plant monarchs eat. There's a few different, you know, species of milkweed, but there's actually butterfly caterpillars on it. Oops, sorry buddy, I bumped that one. There's actually, yeah. But look at, here's a couple more right down hidden in here. So the cool thing was just to see the milkweed, I could pick that out at quite a distance. But then upon closer examination, you know, you'd have things like this spider hiding inside here. You'd have other bugs like this one hanging on it. But to start seeing leaves that weren't just perfect, but that were eaten and that were chewed on, was absolutely wonderful, because then I knew there would be some actual caterpillars. So I think these guys do about 2 or 3 life cycles in an area before they head down to Mexico for the winter. Even look at this. I wonder, there's got to be a big spider in there. The leaf all folded up. Kind of curious. Oh, that's actually a cocoon of somebody. I'll let that be. Very cool. Not a monarch one, but as you can see here on the stinging nettle center screen, there's definitely other caterpillars enjoying tasty treats out here too. I see a ton of poop actually on the leaf right here. So somebody was nibbling above that. And here we've got some more that have been nibbled on. But anyway, the ones that overwinter down in Mexico, oh, so beautiful, so tiny. You guys can see that right inside the middle of there. There is a tiny, tiny one, maybe a centimeter long monarch caterpillar. But the ones that overwinter down in Mexico, some of them even flying right across the Gulf of Mexico, will fly and begin their journey back northward, and then they'll be laying their eggs, and another generation will hatch and live their life and die, and they'll, you know, hatch and mate, and then finally I think it's that 3rd generation of them in an area are the ones that are going to return or head back to the winter spots. And I don't know, it's just crazy for me to think about and to see just the amount that these creatures have to travel to survive and to live, and the amount of effort that they really put in to living their life, because for something so tiny to be capable of so much and be able to travel so far. Look at that one there. It's absolutely amazing. So we've actually got a different kind of milkweed down by us, and that's one thing too, is I know a lot of people send out milkweed seeds or things, but if you're getting one, I think that's from a different area, a different species of milkweed, I think it can kind of actually throw the butterflies off too, because they're not expecting it, you know, in that area where it's not natural, and then it might throw them off a bit too. So we just try to grow the local milkweed down by us. To see this stuff up here in central Wisconsin is amazing. Got another chewed on leaf here. Where are you, buddy? Hopefully there's more, but yeah, very incredible, very cool to see. I haven't been in a field of milkweed, you know, this thick in forever. It's all the way up across there, all the way down there, all the way across. This is all stingy nettle there. But just absolutely beautiful and very encouraging to see, because a lot of those things that we took for granted as kids, there's another one, are becoming more and more rare. And I'd definitely like my children to be able to enjoy some of these experiences as well. But if all the animals are kind of destroyed now and go extinct now, they won't have that opportunity. So it's just part of being a good, faithful steward of the environment, what's been entrusted into our care. Very cool. You know, I've probably just found at least a half dozen caterpillars right there on that short little look. There's more around. I can see more nibbled leaves. But that was always something precious for us to see in the summer and the springtime up here. And I don't know. Like I said, it's been years since I've seen anything like that, even when I lived up here. So very encouraging. So anyone who does have gardens, does grow plants in your area, you know, think about growing some stuff for all the pollinators, because the bees are taking a hit too. But especially the monarch butterflies. So I'll leave you guys with a little music and a couple pictures of these beautiful creatures, and I'll see you next time. Papa out.
I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.